Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Mediterranean regions which lies in the middle latitudes between 30 degrees and 40 degrees north and south of the equator. Normally they occupy the western margins of the continents. Mediterranean climatic condition pertains or is used to indicate the countries which are around the Mediterranean Sea. So these are the regions where we find Mediterranean climatic conditions which are in Europe. All the countries which are bordering the Mediterranean Sea, namely Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Greece, Syria, Israel, Turkey, Lebanon, and northwestern Algeria, as well as Tunisia and Morocco. There are other parts of the world where we also find the same type of Mediterranean climatic conditions, like in North America, large part of California is a Mediterranean region. In South America, it's a central Chile. In Africa, we have the southwestern tip of South Africa, as well as in Australia, we have the southern and the southwestern region. So all these regions they represent the Mediterranean climatic condition as they face the sea and they have the same or similar kind of climatic conditions. तो हम बात कर रहे हैं मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन की जो कि मिडिल लैटिट्यूड्स या मध्य अक्षांश में पाए जाते हैं जो 30 और 40 डिग्रीज नॉर्थ और साउथ लैटिट्यूड्स में पाए जाते हैं। ये महाद्वीपों के पश्चिमी किनारों पे पाए जाते हैं। तो मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन उन देशों को कहा जाता है जो कि मेडिटेरेनियन सी या सागर के आसपास बने हुए हैं। भूमध्य सागरीय क्षेत्र या मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन्स भूमध्य सागर या मेडिटेरेनियन सी के निकट निर्मित है। इनमें से यूरोप के वो सारे देश हैं जो कि भूमध्य सागर के आसपास निर्मित है, जैसे कि स्पेन, पोर्चुगल, फ्रांस, इटली, ग्रीस, सीरिया, इज़राइल, टर्की, लेबनान, अल्जीरिया, टूनीशिया और मोरक्को। नॉर्थ अमेरिका में ये बहुत बड़ा कैलिफोर्निया का पार्ट है और साउथ अमेरिका में ये मध्य चिली में पाया जाता है। अफ्रीका में ये साउथ अफ्रीका या दक्षिण अफ्रीका में पाया जाता है और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी दक्षिण और दक्षिण पश्चिमी क्षेत्र में पाया जाता है। Now we will talk about the climatic conditions of the Mediterranean region. In summers, it's extremely hot and dry and is nearly like hot deserts. So the summer temperatures vary between 20 and 26 degrees centigrade. In summers, the trade winds blow, which are hot winds, and whenever they blow, they evaporate a lot of moisture from the land, making it very dry. Since the winds they blow over the land region, therefore they do not carry any moisture with them. They just evaporate all the moisture from the land. In summers, the sky is very blue and clear. The summers are dry and hot, but the winters are more rainy, as well as there is a high percentage of sunshine even in the winters. The winter temperatures vary between 5 degrees and 15 degrees centigrade. Since there is a seasonal change of the world's pressure belts, therefore the Mediterranean region comes under the influence of the moist westerly winds in winter season. Winter is a month of rainfall for Mediterranean region. Even though the rainfall is not very much, it may not even exceed beyond 85 centimeters. Large areas may only have about 40 centimeters of rainfall. The coastal regions, like the coast of California, receive more heavier rainfall as compared to the regions which are away from the coast. So rainfall mainly occurs because the westerlies are blowing in the winter months, and these westerlies are blowing from the ocean towards the land, which brings a lot of moisture. That is why in the winter months there is mostly rainfall in the Mediterranean region. In the summer months, most of the local winds blow in the Mediterranean regions, which are Sirocco, which blows over the Sahara Desert region, which is a hot, dusty laden wind which makes the region really very dry, as well as a similar wind called Santa Ana, which occurs in southern California, making it a desert, as well as Mistral and Bora, which occurs in the Mediterranean basin. These are dry winds which ruin a lot of crops like olive, wine, as well as citrus fruits, as well as a lot of storms also come, which also destroys a lot of crops and fruits during the blossoming time. भूमध्य सागर क्षेत्र में ग्रीष्मकाल गर्म और शुष्क होता है। गर्मियों में इस क्षेत्र में व्यापारिक हवाएं चलती हैं। गर्मियों में तापमान 20 से 26 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के बीच में होता है। गर्मियों में यहाँ पे आसमान साफ और नीला होता है। सर्दियों में यहाँ पे पर्याप्त धूप के साथ साथ वर्षा भी होती है। सर्दियों में यहाँ का तापमान 5 से 15 डिग्री के बीच में रहता है। दुनिया में दबाव बेल्ट के स्विंग के कारण इस क्षेत्र में शीत ऋतु में नमी का प्रभाव रहता है, पर यहाँ पे वर्षा अधिक नहीं होती है। मुश्किल से 85 सेंटीमीटर से अधिक नहीं होता है। ग्रीष्म ऋतु में भूमध्य सागरीय क्षेत्र में स्थानीय हवाएं चलती हैं, जैसे सहारा रेगिस्तान के ऊपर से रोको हवा चलती है। सेंटाना कैलिफोर्निया में होता है तथा मिस्ट्रल और बोरा नाम की हवाएं भूमध्य सागरीय बेसिन में बहती रहती हैं। ये शुष्क हवाएं जैतून, वाइन और खट्टे फलों के फसलों को नष्ट कर देती हैं। Now let's talk about the natural vegetation of the Mediterranean region. Here the plants mostly grow in the winter months because rainfall is available in the winter months. The trees have the capacity and the ability to protect themselves from the summer drought conditions. Such species are called as xerophytic or drought resisting species. So these trees are mostly evergreen trees which do not shed their leaves in any particular or regular season. They are always green. Some examples of natural vegetation which are found here are olives, myrtle, rosemary, laurel, holly, madrona, cork oak. These plants have got some methods by which they adapt themselves to the summer drought conditions. The vines have got long and elongated roots which reach down into the subsoil in search of water. Its roots are so long that it can withstand the severe frost as well as severe drought. There are some plants like lemon, oranges, as well as laurel, which has got very thick and leathery leaves. This reduces loss of moisture through transpiration, that is by evaporation. Others also have some coating of wax, or the leaves are very small so that not much moisture is lost through evaporation and transpiration. Such as the olive trees, and their leaves are very small and they are leathery in order to prevent transpiration, and these trees are very typically found in the Mediterranean region. Some trees even develop very thick and spongy barks. Such characteristics found commonly in cork oak, from where cork is made, and this tree develops an outer bark which is 2 to 5 centimeters thick, which is commonly found in Spain and Portugal. So, on the lower hillsides and on the valley regions, there is the chief vegetation which is found, which is basically a very dense mass of low shrubs, shrubs which are lower in height, and they are also sweet smelling herbs like lavender, myrtle, broom, and heather. Such type of vegetation is called as maquis. Corsica, which is in the Mediterranean Sea, is also known as scented islands because here a lot of or plenty sweet smelling shrubs are found, which is used to make fragrances. In California, there is a brush which is called as chaparral. This is a biome where we find lots of rare and tall trees like oak, walnut, chestnut, almond, figs. All these trees are coniferous trees which are in the shape of a cone, such as cedars, cypresses, junipers, pines, firs, but much of the original forest and vegetation of the Mediterranean basin has been cleared so that they can practice agriculture and other economic activities. पौधे जनरली शीत ऋतु में ग्रो करते हैं या फिर उत्पन्न होते हैं, क्योंकि उस समय उनको वर्षा का पानी मिलता है। यहाँ पे ज़ेरोफाइटिक नाम का एक प्रजाति पौधों का पाया जाता है जो कि सूखा प्रतिरोधी होता है। ये एक प्रकार के सदाबहार पेड़ हैं जो कि किसी भी मौसम में अपने पत्तों को नहीं बांटते। उनके कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स हैं ओलिव्स, मर्टल, रोजमेरी और लॉरल, हॉली, मड्रोना, कोक ओक। यहाँ पे पौधे कुछ विशेष क्षमताओं का उपयोग करके सूखे की स्थिति का मुकाबला करते हैं। जैसे कि वाइन्स की लंबे जड़ें होती है जो कि उप मिट्टी तक पहुंचती है और पानी की तलाश करती हैं। और भी कई तरह के पौधे होते हैं। कुछ पौधों में नमी की कमी को कम करने के लिए चमड़े जैसे पत्तियां होती हैं। यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसे पौधे पाए जाते हैं जिनके पत्तों पे मोम की परत होती है या फिर उनमें कांटे होते हैं। जैसे कॉर्क ओक का पेड़ विकसित होता है और उसकी बाहरी छाल 2 से 5 सेंटीमीटर मोटी होती है और ये स्पेन और पोर्चुगल में पाए जाते हैं। मेडिटेरेनियन रीजन में जो पहाड़ियाँ होती हैं उसके जो नीचे भाग में काफ़ी घने जंगल पाए जाते हैं। वो नीची झाड़ियों और मीठी सुगंध वाली जड़ी बूटियों से भरी होती है। उसको हम मैकिस कहते हैं। शैपरल नाम का एक झाड़ीदार भूमि पाया जाता है कैलिफोर्निया में, जहाँ पे ऊंचे और दुर्लभ वृक्ष पाए जाते हैं जैसे कि कोक ओक, वॉलनट, चेस्टनट, आलमंड, फिग। Agriculture is very prevalent here because there is a lack of frost, as well as in the winter months, the fruits and the crops get adequate water. So, mostly citrus fruits, wheat, wine, as well as olives grow here. Wherever there is more water for irrigation, two or more crops are grown at the same time and is ready for harvest in 2 years. So agriculture type here is intensive. That means whatever land is available, they utilize it to the maximum level to grow crops. So the most predominant crops which are moisture loving crops or which require huge amounts of moisture are oranges, lemons, apricots, maize, rice, sweet potatoes, various kinds of flowers and vegetables, and alfalfa. Annual crops are commonly planted between grapes, and vines frequently climb trees like fruit trees or olive trees. Vines are basically creepers which climb on other plants. Durum wheat or macaroni wheat. It is a wheat which does not require too much of moisture and is hard wheat. That is why it is grown here. So durum wheat is very hard. It is not suitable for making bread, but it is excellent for making macaroni or spaghetti or vermicelli. Apart from cultivating crops, there are other kinds of occupations of the people like gardening, wine making, making soaps from olive oil, as well as sericulture, which is rearing of silkworms, as a lot of mulberry trees grow in this type of climatic condition. Wine making or wine production, as wines are the specialty of the Mediterranean countries, the climate is completely suitable for growing of wine. Grapevines are found everywhere on the hill slopes as well as on the terraces and agricultural lands. Large population is engaged in making of wine as it is a national drink throughout the Mediterranean countries of Europe. It is a very important drink of the Europeans. Market gardening or truck farming is practiced in the Mediterranean regions of North America as well as in Europe. These fruits and vegetables are mostly grown for urban centers. They are sent through market to the market by trucks, and in France, these crops are known as les primers, which means that some fruits and vegetables are found beyond a certain season or they are available throughout in all seasons. Fruits form a very major part of the local diet, as well as animal fat and oil seeds are also available here in plenty. Olive oil is found mostly because olives grow everywhere in the Mediterranean region. Other important fruits are grapes, peaches, pears, plums, apricots, cherries, as well as figs. Some of the fruits are even dried or they're canned or they're turned into juices and jams and jellies. Such kinds of fruits are also available along with nuts like chestnut, walnut, almond, as well as hazelnut. These nuts are also used for making various kinds of delicious chocolates. भूमध्य सागर में खेती ज़्यादातर शीत ऋतु में होती है क्योंकि उस समय फ्रॉस्ट की कमी और संपूर्ण पानी पाया जाता है क्योंकि उसी समय वर्षा होती है। भूमध्य सागरीय क्षेत्रों में ज़्यादातर ऑलिव्स, वाइन, लेमन या नींबू और अलग अलग प्रकार के खट्टे फलों की खेती होती है। यहाँ पे कृषि गहन होती है और सारी खेती फसलों में खर्च हो जाती है। अधिक उपज देने वाली और नमी पसंद करने वाली फसलें ज़्यादातर यहाँ पे उगती हैं, जैसे संतरा, नींबू, खुबानी, मक्का, चावल, शकरकंद, फूल और अलग अलग प्रकार की सब्जियाँ। और ज़्यादातर देखा जाता है कि जैतून के पेड़ों पे लताएं और अंगूर जैसे पेड़ चढ़ते हैं। यहाँ पे ड्यूरम गेहूँ उगाया जाता है जो कि मैक्रोनी है। भूमध्य सागर के आसपास की भूमि में 100 साल से अधिक समय से लोगों का कब्जा रहा है। यहाँ का मुख्य व्यवसाय बागवानी, शराब बनाना और जैतून के तेल का साबुन बनाना और रेशम का उत्पादन है। भूमध्य सागर भूमि को विश्व के बाग के नाम से जाना जाता है। वे दुनिया भर में निर्यात होने वाले खट्टे फलों का उत्पादन करते हैं, जैसे नारंगी, नींबू और अंगूर। और फलों में नाशपाती, चेरी, खुबानी, अंजीर और आलू बुखारा भी यहाँ पे उत्पादन होता है। यहाँ पे कड़े छिलके वाले फल जैसे बादाम, अखरोट, हेज़लनट, चेस्टनट और काजू यहाँ पे उत्पाद होते हैं। यहाँ पे ट्रक खेती और बाजार बागवानी का भी अभ्यास किया जाता है। यहाँ से सब्जियाँ और फल शहरों के बाज़ारों में बेचे जाते हैं। Now let's talk about mining and industries of the Mediterranean region. So there is a lot of or abundant deposits of bauxite which is found in the Rhone Valley of France. Italy is the leading producer of mercury. In Spain, there is a high production of copper, lead, mercury, iron, and tungsten. So there is a high quality and expensive marble from Carrara which is used for making statues as well as for modeling and making buildings. California has large deposits of petroleum and natural gas. Broken Hill in Australia has the largest deposits of lead and zinc in the world. Algeria has the largest deposit of iron as well as produces 65% of world's total output of wine. Grasse in France is where tons of flowers are processed every day in order to make essential oils as well as fragrances. They are used in perfume industries which are located here. Fishes, especially sardine and tuna, are processed in canneries along the Californian coast. The motion picture industry, which is located centrally around Hollywood, is the largest in the world. In the Mediterranean region, there is plenty of sunshine, sea, food, scenery, which attracts huge amounts of tourists and also makes it a flourishing tourist industry. Nice, Cannes, Monaco, Dalmatian coast of Yugoslavia, Los Angeles are important holiday destinations and resorts. All these regions have very pleasant climatic conditions, a lot of water, clear environment to attract tourists.